Hello and welcome back to NoBS. Today we return to talking about President Trump and how he's had a successful year in international diplomacy. That's right, he recently brokered a peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, something that is unprecedented and might bring lots of great and lasting peace to the Middle East area. This has brought him lots of positive attention, as it should. Specifically, it's caused him to be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. That's pretty cool. That's pretty much expected in this kind of thing. I mean, he caused this peace deal. He helped broker it. He's done other peaceful things like end wars. He's cooled off tensions between North Korea. He's gotten them kind of to come into the fold a little bit over there. Trump has certainly garnered enough to get nominated for this peace prize. I don't know if he's going to win. I think he should, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing got political. The Nobel Committee has been pretty political before, as we've seen with them previously giving prizes to people like Greta Thunberg, who's basically just some young child activist who hasn't done much at all besides start a bunch of protests, skip school, and spread liberal propaganda that's not really mostly proven, but she got a prize from them. And in addition, Barack Obama, of course, got the Nobel Peace Prize during his tenure as president, and that was pretty much unearned. I mean, the guy didn't really cause any peace. He kept America in multiple wars. He didn't get us out of anywhere. He caused tension between other things. He caused bad events like Benghazi and lots of other bad, more anti-peace stuff. But regardless, Obama got the award as a political gesture, and now things have come full circle, and Trump might be getting the award for a very good reason, for actually causing some good and making things more peaceful in our world. But we'll see how that turns out. Today, we're going to talk about it in more detail, specifically how the media is getting triggered by this. They, of course, hate Trump. They're, of course, biased and left-wing. The media is totally not to be trusted, and they're also terrible liars who will bash the president and discredit him in any way they can. And this story is really no different. I don't know why I'm surprised anymore, but they're coming after Trump. They're reframing this Nobel Peace Prize nomination. And as you could see by this article from CBS, it's being done in a pretty funny way. It says, far-right Norwegian politician nominates Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. So they're framing it as an improper nomination. It's coming from someone who's far right, and they're trying to imply that that makes it biased, like, oh, it was only because the guy's far right. Trump doesn't actually deserve this. And that's rather interesting because I'm actually really curious how CBS covered the Obama Peace Prize. So we're not going to be able to find that easily. Let's just move forward. I'm sure that they didn't frame it this way. Obama was given the Peace Prize for no reason, and outlets like CBS and other liberal ones applauded that. And here they're trying to frame it as it's political, assuming that the thing is for right-wingers all of a sudden, when really we've seen, and I've already gone over examples of how this prize and most award shows, I mean, awards are already kind of bogus. Let's not be too excited about this. I understand it's a good gesture. It's a big kind of thing. The Nobel Peace Prize has a long history, but it's still just a silly award show like the Academy Awards or the Grammys or something like that. It's still just usually leftists giving themselves awards, making themselves look cool and stuff like that. So we'll see if Trump actually gets it, but let's also read on into the story. It says, a far-right Norwegian lawmaker said Wednesday that he has nominated President Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts in the Middle East. Christian Tybring-Gjedde, a member of the Norwegian parliament for the far-right Progress Party, said Mr. Trump should be considered because of his work for a peace agreement between the UAE and Israel, which opens up for possible peace in the Middle East. No matter how Trump acts at home and what he says at press conferences, he has absolutely a chance at getting the Nobel Peace Prize, Jed told the Associated Press. He nominated Trump on Wednesday, adding that Donald Trump meets the criteria for the Nobel Peace Prize. President Trump retweeted a link to the Jerusalem Post article about his nomination, simply saying thank you. Here's that post. Jed was also one of the two Norwegian lawmakers who nominated Mr. Trump for the Peace Prize in 2018 for his efforts to bring reconciliation between North and South Korea. Jed's daughter Matilda, a member of parliament for the center-right Conservative Party, criticized the nomination in an email to CBS News. So now we have the daughter complaining. They're trying to undermine the nominator. They're trying to paint him as far right, like this is political and biased. I'm not sure that applies here. I mean, the stuff Trump did happened regardless. I don't know why it matters that it was a far right, possibly far right person nominating him. I mean, the work speaks for itself. It's certainly deserving of a nomination. We're not even in the fact that he won or not yet. And the other thing is, this guy's from Norway. We're talking about the European politics, which are certainly very different than American ones. calling them far right is not equivalent to being like far right in America. In fact, the conservatives there are usually more center. They're basically would be considered liberals here in America, but that's besides the point. CBS is painting a picture that this person nominating them is biased, and now they're trying to undermine them by reading a quote from their daughter. It says, "I did not nominate Donald Trump as I do not believe he is qualified to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. The prize is given to those who have done the most or the best work for fraternity between nations, for the abolition or eradication of standing armies, for the holding and promotion of peace congresses. Donald Trump does not come to mind when I read that description," said Matilda Tybring Jett. "Any national lawmaker can nominate someone for the Nobel Peace Prize. The process of considering candidates, narrowing the wide field of nominees, and awarding the prize is done in Norway, in contrast to other Nobel Prizes which are awarded in neighboring Sweden. Nominations must be sent to the Norway Nobel Committee by February 1st. So I don't get why this chick is saying Trump can't be nominated. It says pretty much exactly what he did. He caused these armies to stand down a little bit. He negotiated a peace treaty in a very troubled area. The Middle East has been strife with war and plagued with problems and conflicts for decades. I mean, pretty much ever since World War II ended, the Middle East problem started. So that's been going on for a long time, and any attempts to bring peace there should certainly be welcomed. I'm not saying, oh, Trump has to get the prize or anything. I don't really care about prizes, like I said, but the nomination is certainly deserving, and this chick didn't really lay down a good defense of not nominating him. In fact, it just made her seem biased, like she just said Donald Trump doesn't come to mind, and it just showed to me that she just hates the guy, and she's jumping on the hate bandwagon, like just going along with that crap because she thinks she's supposed to, like everyone else does. So the Norwegian Nobel Committee doesn't publicly comment on nominees. Under its rules, the information is required to be kept secret for 50 years. The Nobel Committee says on its website that as of Wednesday, a total of 318 candidates have been put forward for the 2020 Peace Prize, of which 211 are individuals and 107 are organizations. That's the fourth highest number of candidates ever, with the current record of 376 candidates reached in 2016. It is now to hope that the Nobel Committee is able to consider what Trump has achieved internationally and that it does not stumble in established prejudice against the U.S. president, Christian Tybring Jett said in a Facebook post. Yeah, I think there's a lot of politics at play here, like with any award show. I mean, who's to say anyone's deserving of an award? I mean, unless you're actually winning a sport where it's counted by points and yards and whatever it may be in your sport, goals, free throws. If you have an actual scoring system, then it's like, yeah, you could see who won pretty much indefinitely, pretty much undeniably. But in an award show, we're talking about votes and we're talking about politics. We're talking about other things at play, just like with the Oscars or the Grammys or VH1 awards or whatever it may be. I mean, it's just groups of people giving out awards, trying to signal things and give, people credit. Like that's why people like Greta Thunberg and Obama get awards for not doing very much. That's why other people who have done more don't get awards. And that's why people like Trump are attacked and claimed to be not deserving by the daughter of the nominator. And CBS puts together this little fake news story to try to slander him and make it look like it's not deserving, make it look like it's coming from someone who's biased. And that's just really all there is to it. It's just a funny story showing that the news can't properly convey information without showing bias. And it's just really needs to stop. It needs to be considered the fact that Trump does a lot of great things for the country and this world. He's caused peace in both the Korea Peninsula and in the Middle East and America too. He's caused us to have great success with our border, with limiting immigration, with fixing problems in our country. Sure, things seem bad right now because of the election, because the liberals are going crazy. They want it to look bad. They're literally self-sabotaging in the United States to try to get Trump out. But that's starting to backfire on them. Trump is a law and order candidate. Biden and his supporters are the violent ones. And that's why it makes sense for Trump to be nominated for peace prizes. He brings peace. He's not really as bad as people claim. Sure, he triggers a lot and he causes people to go crazy and then they riot sometimes, but that's really not Trump's fault. Like if you go nuts because of a person and you lose your crap and destroy your city, that's on you. It doesn't go and transfer to Trump just because you have a blame for him. Like it's not like Trump is telling people to do this. He's really doing the right thing. And I think you can all see that for now. That about wraps things up. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you comment your thoughts on everything below. Do you think Trump should be nominated for this this Peace Prize? Do you think he could possibly win after this? And also, do you think the Peace Prize is even that big of a deal? I mean, award shows are pretty lame and silly to me, but tell me what you think. Comment that below. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell for notifications too. And you can also check out our second channel, NoBS News. In addition, we also have a page on Facebook called No Bullshit Videos, so check out our Facebook page to get in touch there. Until next time, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and a wonderful, wonderful sleep tonight. Make sure you get some good sleep.